Barndominium sales just jumped from 8% to 11% of all new home construction between 2024 and 2025. The modern farmhouse style alone accounts for 33% of all house plan sales in America right now. So why is it that when you combine these two red-hot trends into one, the farmhouse barndominium, builders across the country are quietly walking away from projects, budgets are exploding, and some homeowners are ending up with buildings that look more like decorated metal warehouses than the Pinterest dream home they planned? I've done the deep research so you don't have to learn these lessons the expensive way. And before this video is over, I'm going to show you the one version of the farmhouse barndominium that actually works. And it's not what you've seen on any other channel. If this kind of honest, no-fluff content is what you've been looking for, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because we drop videos like this every week. Stay with me, because in a few minutes I'm going to show you a real cost breakdown that most builders won't put in writing. What exactly is a farmhouse barndominium? Let's get clear on what we're actually talking about. A standard barndominium is a metal or post-frame building that combines living space with utility areas. It's affordable, fast to build, and incredibly durable. The modern farmhouse barndominium takes that metal structure and wraps it in the aesthetic language of a traditional farmhouse. We're talking board and batten siding, steep gabled roof lines, large black-framed windows, wraparound porches, shiplap interiors, and that warm, lived-in country charm that has dominated home design for over a decade. On paper, it sounds perfect. You get the structural advantages of a barndominium with the curb appeal of a farmhouse. The reality, as thousands of homeowners have discovered in 2025 and 2026, is far more complicated. Here's what nobody tells you up front. The farmhouse aesthetic is fundamentally at war with the economics that make barndominiums attractive in the first place. The moment you start adding all those design elements that give a farmhouse its character, the board and batten, the stone accents, the timber porch posts, the custom windows, the cost gap between a barndominium and a traditional home starts shrinking fast. And if you're not careful, it disappears entirely. But cost alone isn't the real reason builders avoid these. There's something deeper going on that has to do with how banks actually value these properties. And it gets ugly. The cost truth they don't show you on Instagram. Let's talk real numbers for 2026. A standard barndominium runs $65 to $160 per square foot fully finished. A traditional stick-built home runs $150 to $250 per square foot. That gap is why people get excited about barndominiums. But here's what happens when you pursue the farmhouse aesthetic specifically. Board and batten exterior siding with proper weather barrier, add $18 to $30 per square foot to your exterior costs. Custom large farmhouse-style windows, add $15,000 to $40,000 to your window budget alone. Wraparound porch with timber posts and proper foundations, add $25,000 to $60,000. Stone or brick accent sections, add $12,000 to $35,000. Interior shiplap exposed beams and farmhouse finishes, add $20,000 to $50,000. Run those numbers, and you can easily add $90,000 to $215,000 to your base barndominium cost, chasing the farmhouse look. A 2,400 square foot barndominium that should cost $156,000 to $240,000 basic is now looking at $246,000 to $455,000 once you apply the full farmhouse treatment. At that price point, you're competing directly with custom-built traditional homes. The cost advantage that made the barndominium attractive is gone. And here's what makes it worse. Many builders don't tell you this until you're already 3 months into the planning process and emotionally committed to the dream. The cost issue is painful, but the financing trap is what actually stops most farmhouse barndominium projects before they ever break ground. This is the part you need to hear. The financing trap. In 2026, financing a barndominium is already the hardest part of the entire process. Most major banks still classify metal buildings with living quarters as non-traditional structures. You're typically looking at 20 to 25% down and credit scores of 700 or higher just to get a construction loan. That's before you add any complexity. Now add the farmhouse aesthetic. What happens is this. You walk into a bank with plans for your beautiful farmhouse barndominium. The loan officer doesn't see a farmhouse. They see a metal building dressed up to look like a farmhouse. And when their appraiser goes out to determine value, they can't find comparable sales. There are no other farmhouse barndominiums in your county that sold recently. Without comps, the appraiser can't assign a confident value, which means the bank can't assign a confident loan amount. One industry expert put it plainly: if it feels like a home, it sells. If it feels like a warehouse, you take a hit. The farmhouse barndominium exists in an uncomfortable middle ground where it costs as much to build as a real farmhouse, but doesn't appraise like one. The result is that many people planning farmhouse barndominiums end up underfunded mid-construction, forced to make cuts that destroy the very aesthetic they were chasing. Wraparound porch gets scaled back. Stone accents disappear. Premium windows get replaced with standard units. The dream farmhouse becomes a metal building with some board and batten siding and a lot of disappointment. Now, you might be thinking the solution is to just skip the farmhouse look and go with a standard barndominium. But there's a specific reason that's not always the right answer either. And it comes down to something that could cost you 6 figures if you ever try to sell. The resale problem nobody discusses. Barndominiums hold value well in rural areas. In fast-growing counties in Texas, Tennessee, and Indiana, they're appreciating at 3 to 5% annually, tracking close to traditional homes. That's genuinely good news. But here's the honest truth about farmhouse barndominiums specifically. The buyer pool for a property that cost $350,000 to $450,000 to build is dramatically smaller than for a standard home in that price range. When you price a farmhouse barndominium at market rate for its construction cost, you're asking buyers to pay traditional home prices for a metal building. And in most markets, there simply aren't enough buyers willing to do that. The irony is brutal. Go too basic on the design, and it feels industrial, which hurts value in rural areas that expect the farmhouse look. Go all in on the farmhouse aesthetic, and you've priced yourself out of the barndominium buyer market while not quite reaching the traditional farmhouse buyer market. You're caught in the middle. There's also the insurance reality that hit homeowners hard in 2025 and 2026. Property insurance costs are up 20 to 30% nationally since 2022. Metal buildings are not immune. Hail and wind claims are affecting premiums significantly in major barndominium states. A farmhouse barndominium with premium exterior finishes and custom windows carries higher replacement cost, which directly raises your insurance premium. That's an ongoing cost that compounds over time. So with all these challenges, why do some farmhouse barndominiums absolutely work and end up being incredible homes worth every dollar? The answer is about a specific approach that most people get completely backwards. The design conflict at the heart of it all. Here's something that even experienced builders sometimes miss. The farmhouse aesthetic and the barndominium structure are not natural partners. They come from opposing design philosophies. The barndominium, at its honest core, is an industrial structure: steel frame, clear span, metal exterior. When it works best visually, it's because the design leans into what it is, rather than fighting against it. The best-looking barndominiums in 2026 blend exposed beams with quartz countertops, steel siding with designer lighting, and industrial finishes with comfortable living features. The architecture is honest about what it is. The farmhouse aesthetic, on the other hand, is about warmth, organic materials, and visual softness. It's board and batten wood textures, stone foundations, timber accents, and a design language that communicates shelter and tradition. These two aesthetics are not enemies, but forcing one to completely impersonate the other is where the visual result often falls apart. When the design doesn't work, and this is important, it looks like a metal warehouse with decorative trim applied. The proportions feel off because the building was designed for industrial efficiency, not farmhouse charm. The roofline isn't quite steep enough. The windows are the right style, but the wrong scale for the wall height. The porch looks added on because it was. One industry designer described it perfectly. The difference between a farmhouse barndominium that works and one that doesn't usually comes down to proportion and roof pitch, and to how much restraint the designer shows with the details. I promised you the version that actually works. We're getting there right now, and what I'm about to share is the thing most content creators in this space won't tell you because it requires recommending something more expensive up front. What actually works? In 2026, the farmhouse barndominiums that are succeeding in 2026 share a specific set of characteristics. They don't try to make a barndominium look like a traditional farmhouse. Instead, they create a new category: modern farmhouse industrial. They keep the structural honesty of the metal building while selectively applying farmhouse elements where they have the most visual impact. What this looks like in practice is this. The exterior uses vertical steel siding in earthy tones, warm browns, sage greens, and deep charcoals rather than fighting the material. Farmhouse elements are concentrated at the entry and porch, which is where visitors focus, rather than applied across the entire exterior. Large windows are used strategically, not uniformly, to create focal points that read as intentional design decisions. On the interior, exposed steel trusses or beams are left visible rather than covered, but warmed with wood accents. Shiplap is used selectively in featured walls rather than throughout. Concrete floors with area rugs replace the awkward attempt to install farmhouse hardwood in a metal building. The result is a space that feels intentionally designed rather than apologetically decorated. Builders who take this approach are hitting costs between $130 and $175 per square foot in 2026, which is higher than a standard barndominium, but significantly lower than a true custom farmhouse. They're also getting better appraisals because the finished product looks like a coherent design vision rather than a compromise. There's one more thing that could completely change your decision, and it involves a trend happening right now in 2026 that most people building barndominiums don't know about yet. The 2026 shift that changes everything. Something significant is happening in 2026 that directly affects the farmhouse barndominium conversation. Some fast-growing counties are starting to adopt zoning restrictions that close the easy building window that made barndominiums so attractive in the first place. The counties that are tightening up are often the same ones where farmhouse barndominiums have the strongest appeal. At the same time, smart home technology is now built into barndominium planning from the very first blueprint in 2026. Lighting, HVAC, and security systems are increasingly controlled by integrated apps and automated learning systems. This technology is raising the baseline of what buyers expect, which is pushing finishing costs higher across the board. The window for building a cost-effective farmhouse barndominium in the most desirable rural counties is narrowing. The builders who are succeeding are moving now, with clear plans, realistic budgets, and the design honesty to create something that looks intentional rather than imitated. Nobody is building farmhouse barndominiums blindly in 2026, at least not the smart ones. The ones who are building them successfully are doing it with full awareness of the cost realities, the financing challenges, the design discipline required, and the specific market conditions in their county. If this video gave you something real to think about, like that subscribe button, and share this with someone who's planning a barndominium build. Drop your questions in the comments below, and I'll answer them personally. And if you want to see the full cost breakdown of a modern farmhouse industrial barndominium done right, that video is coming next, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.